If you've ever wondered why your lower back feels tight, sore, or just plain tired, even after doing everything right in the gym, let me stop you right here, because this might be the most important thing you hear this month. And no, it's not because you're old, it's not because you sit too much, and it's definitely not because you need a new mattress. The uncomfortable truth is that most people are unknowingly training their glutes in ways that are quietly destroying their lower back without realizing it. And the worst part, these tiny mistakes look so harmless that even experienced lifters make them every single week. But here's the thing. Once you understand what's actually going on, your posture improves, your pain drops, your lifts skyrocket, and your entire body starts moving the way it's supposed to. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover the 10 glute mistakes silently wrecking your lower back and the simple fixes no trainer teaches. And trust me, mistake number 7 is the one almost everybody is guilty of. But before we dive deep, let me make something clear. You're not broken, you're not weak, and you're not too far gone. Your body isn't failing you. You've just been taught the wrong things, and today that changes. Now, by the time you reach the end of this breakdown, you're going to know exactly which small adjustments instantly protect your spine, switch your glutes back on, and erase the compensations that have been sabotaging you for years. And no, I'm not exaggerating. As someone who's coached people from everyday office workers to elite athletes, I've seen how quickly things turn around when you fix these issues. So let's jump into it. Starting with the sneakiest mistake of them all. The first glute mistake destroying your lower back is something almost everyone does without realizing it: excessive lower back arching during glute exercises. You know that moment during hip thrusts or bridges where you feel your back taking over and the top of the movement feels more like a lower back extension than a glute squeeze? That's exactly what's ruining your posture and frying your spinal erectors. When the glutes switch off even a little, the lower back picks up the slack, and over time this creates tension, pain, and that constant tight feeling you can't stretch away. The fix? Think of pulling your ribcage down slightly and tilting your pelvis underneath you, almost like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. This posterior pelvic tilt ensures your glutes take the load, not your spine. And here's a trick no trainer ever tells you. During the top of the movement, imagine you're cracking a walnut between your cheeks, but without letting your ribs flare upward. That single cue fixes 80% of the problem. Now, the second mistake is just as harmful: relying on your quads and hamstrings instead of your glutes. This doesn't sound like a big deal until you realize that muscle imbalances caused by quad dominance contribute to hip tilt, knee pain, and yes, lower back strain. Most people push through the balls of their feet rather than their heels, which instantly shifts tension away from the glutes. Here's how you fix it. Whether you're squatting, lunging, hip thrusting, or stepping up, drive through your heels like you're trying to leave a footprint on the ground. If you still can't feel your glutes, lift your toes slightly inside your shoes. It forces posterior chain activation every time. And if that doesn't wake your glutes up, slow the movement down. Time under tension is your best friend. The third mistake is what I call lazy core syndrome, and it's one of the biggest reasons your lower back is always doing the job your glutes should be doing. When your core isn't engaged, every glute movement becomes a lower back movement. And once that happens, everything spirals. You lose posture, your pelvis tilts forward, your spine compresses, and suddenly you're wondering why your back hurts from even simple exercises. The fix is surprisingly simple. Brace like someone's about to poke you in the stomach before every rep. Not a full crunch, not sucking in, just a firm, steady brace. And remember, strong glutes without a strong core is like having a powerful engine in a car with a loose frame. Something's going to break, and it's usually the lower back. Mistake number 4 is using too much weight too soon. And I get it, you want bigger glutes, you want stronger glutes, and you want results fast. But piling on weight without mastering form is the fastest way to sabotage both your glutes and your spine. When the load gets too heavy, the body cheats. It leans, it arches, it shifts weight to the wrong muscles. The solution? Earn your weight. Master the movement first with slow, controlled reps and full lockout squeezes. Think of building glutes like building a house. You don't start with the roof. You lay a foundation. And here's something you need to hear. Your glutes respond better to quality reps than heavy reps. If you're not feeling your glutes, the weight is too heavy. period. Mistake number 5 is poor hip alignment during exercises. If your knees cave in, your toes point out, or your hips rotate, your glutes instantly shut down. And guess who takes over? Your lower back. This misalignment is responsible for thousands of cases of unnecessary back pain every year. The fix? Imagine headlights coming out of your hips. They should always be pointing straight ahead, never down, never sideways. And during lateral movements like abductions or kickbacks, think of keeping your hips square, like you're balancing a glass of water on your lower back. The more stable your hips are, the more your glutes fire, and the less your lower back suffers. Now we're entering dangerous territory with mistake number 6, skipping glute medius work. Most people only train the backside of their glutes, completely ignoring the muscles on the outer hip. And here's the shocking part. Weak glute medius muscles are one of the biggest predictors of lower back pain and knee instability. If your pelvic stabilizers don't work, your body collapses inward during every step, every squat, and every run. That collapse creates a chain reaction that ends in spinal compression. Your fix is simple. Add abductions, lateral walks, and side-lying raises. These tiny movements look harmless, but they transform your posture and instantly reduce back strain. Now for mistake number 7, the one almost everyone is guilty of without even realizing it. Sitting all day without resetting your hips before training. When you sit for hours, your hip flexors shorten, your glutes deactivate, and your pelvis tilts forward. Then you walk into the gym and expect everything to work perfectly. It doesn't. Your lower back becomes the primary mover because your glutes are literally asleep. So here's what you do. Before you train, spend 60 seconds stretching your hip flexors and another 60 seconds doing glute activation like slow body weight bridges or banded abductions. Wake your glutes up before you ask them to work. You don't start a cold car and immediately hit full speed. Treat your body the same way. Mistake number 8 is performing glute exercises with momentum instead of muscle. Swinging your leg during kickbacks, bouncing during hip thrusts, rushing through squats, all of these take tension away from your glutes and dump it onto your spine. Slow equals strong. Slow equals controlled. Slow equals safe. Count 2 seconds on the way down, 1 second squeeze at the top. If you can't control the rep, you're not using the right muscle. You're cheating, and your back pays the price. Mistake number 9 is ignoring your breathing. It sounds minor, but improper breathing is one of the top contributors to lower back instability. When you hold your breath at the wrong moment or breathe shallowly, your core loses pressure. Losing pressure equals losing support. And when your spine loses support, your glutes stop firing properly. The fix? Exhale during exertion. Brace, breathe, and move in rhythm. Your body is a machine. Oxygen is its fuel. And finally, mistake number 10, training glutes only for aesthetics instead of function. When people focus only on making their glutes look rounder or bigger, they choose exercises that look cool but don't actually build strength or stability. But when you train for function, performance, and pelvic stability, your aesthetics improve automatically. And here's the real secret. Functional glutes are beautiful glutes. Strong glutes shape your body, lift your frame, reduce fat, support your spine, and create the kind of symmetry every great physique is built on. Focus on function first. The aesthetics always follow. Now let's take a breath here, because you've just learned what most people never hear in years of training. And chances are, as you listened, you spotted at least 3 mistakes you've been making without realizing it. But don't feel bad. These issues are universal. What matters is you now know how to fix them. And once you fix them, everything improves. Your back pain decreases, your squats feel smoother, your posture looks better, and your glutes finally start growing the way you've been hoping for. Think about it. If these 10 mistakes have been silently sabotaging your training, imagine how much progress you'll make once they're corrected. Imagine walking into the gym actually feeling your glutes doing the work. Imagine lunges that don't hurt your knees. Imagine hip thrusts that don't compress your lower back. Imagine waking up with a body that feels aligned instead of stiff. That's what's coming for you once you apply what you just learned. And here's the thing, this is only the beginning, because everything we talked about today is part of a much bigger picture of how your body moves, stabilizes, and protects itself. And if you found this eye-opening, wait until you see what's coming next. I have an entire breakdown on the most dangerous chest training mistakes people make. And the truth is, the same 3 problems that ruin your glute gains are also destroying your shoulder health without you even noticing. So listen, if this video helped you understand your glutes, your back, and your body better, then you absolutely need to subscribe right now, because every single week I break down the science behind safer training, smarter lifting, and long-term strength that supports your body instead of destroying it. Thousands of people have already joined this community, fixed their form, erased pain they've had for years, and completely changed the way they train. And you're next. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's rebuild your body from the ground up. Trust me, what I'm dropping next is going to change everything for you.